Hello and welcome to That British Homestead. Today I thought that we could have a little time here. It's actually raining, can you believe it? Rain in the UK, unheard of. But I haven't been over here for a little while because I've got another, you can't really see it now, but I have another lovely bite on my hand which made my hand swell up again. Right, this was a horsefly, this one. I thought I'd come over and do a bit of harvesting. I haven't had any water till they are so bright, leaf flavoured. Look at these. That's a harvesting basket. But these desperately need water, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest them all. And then I'm going to stick the water on. So let's get started on that. Oh, I've got some chilies as well. I was so worried that I was going to come back and nothing was going to be here. I was worried that it was all going to be dead. Look at them, aren't they pretty? Oh my God! Did you see that? That was a rabbit. Goodness sake. Goodness sake. Wonder what that was eating. Okay, so I haven't been here for a little while and I'm just picking anything that's blushing. There's loads of tomatoes because obviously I haven't been here. So I'm going through and just picking as many tomatoes as I can find. There's been quite a bit of rain in the last few days, a few thunderstorms, etc. So there is quite a lot of splitting of fruit. Splitting of fruit happens when there is a lot of water watered onto the plants, say rain, or you've watered them in a very short period of time, and basically the tomato will swell. When the tomato swells and the skin gets too tight, it will split. A little bit like how we get stretch marks, okay? So it will either heal back over or it will rot. So you've got to be careful. I know in some countries you do get insects that live inside the tomato after it has split. So it's super important that you are double checking if you're choosing to eat them or you are throwing them away if you think there's any mold on them. Now, what I'm doing with them, if I find any split ones, I'm just going ahead and chucking them on the pathway. I have this amazing idea, I'll probably regret it next year, of tomato plants just volunteering themselves. I won't have to grow them. I have some volunteer tomatoes in my back garden. I'm loving it. Okay, I did not plant them at all, but I have like 5 plants in my back garden. So I'm definitely going to be happy if they volunteer. I did notice that my chocolate cherries had split as well. I was a little bit gutted about that because they are my favourite tomato. Right, so mostly I ate them. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not going to waste them unless there were visible damage or yuckiness on there. But they had quite a few of those and they are my favourite. They are quite a large cherry, but they are a delicious one. So I'm going ahead and picking some of these. As you can see, the weight of tomatoes have collapsed most of my canes. I actually don't quite like using canes to support my tomatoes. I way prefer metal poles, but every year I'll get closer and closer and closer to my ideal growing space. At the moment, I'm kind of just using what is available, but over the course of a few years, I'm going to collect everything that I need. Look at these. I've got all tomato in my teeth. Look, it's still there. What would my dentist say? So whilst I was picking all of these fantastic tomatoes, I was thinking to myself, I actually went to an agriculture show this week, and at the agriculture show, the judge actually, was telling me how you don't really get very many heirloom tomatoes that are able to be classed. Like, you don't get first, second, thirds in heirloom tomatoes because you don't really get them all the same, and they tend to split and they have cat facing and stuff in there. And he said, I just think they're really ugly. And I was like, that's a really weird thing to say, because I think that even like knobbly heirloom tomatoes are incredibly beautiful. And I think most tomatoes, like, I love pictures of tomatoes. I go on to Instagram, for example, and I love, there's like a hashtag tomato page, and I just love seeing all the pictures there. I think they're beautiful. Some of them are like works of art. So I was really surprised when he said that, because he's the sort of person who likes everything like really perfect, and all of the tomato being the exact same size and perfect. But that is why I personally feel that all of the tomatoes in the supermarket don't taste great, is because we've kind of like got us in our head that we have to have the perfect round tomato that has absolutely no flaws on it. But in reality, yeah, it might be a little bit less than perfect, but the taste of a tomato that's been grown, an heirloom tomato that is a bit cat-faced, that has maybe a few blemishes on it, is extraordinary, and nothing that you can buy in the shops. It's just absolutely fantastic. And I thought it was quite an interesting difference, because when I was speaking to him, he was like giving me tips and stuff of how to win these competitions. And I did say to him, I was like, I don't really want to win these competitions, I just want Fred to taste nice. And it was very apparent, and it made us laugh because we were so different people. Not that what he wasn't doing was amazing as well, and I did enter some vegetables, but I kind of did it more to because I was asked to by my allotment than to actually do it seriously. You can see my dahlias there are really looking lovely. I really like these dahlias. I'm so glad that they're going to come up year after year, and it really does give that pop of colour in this bed. I'm getting tons and tons of tomatoes out of this particular bed. This is the bed that I told you about, you know, the one that I said I had a few tomato plants, so I just stuck them into a particular bed, and this is where it is. I'm getting absolutely streams of tomatoes off of this particular bed. Is very exciting, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing with all of these tomatoes. The production of tomatoes has slowed down incredibly. I'm getting about a basket a week instead of a basket every other day, so it is slowing down. I do eat an incredible amount of tomatoes at work, lunchtime. I have them as snacks at home, so instead of like eating sweets or whatever, you can just grab a handful of tomatoes and munch on them. So I'm very happy with that. I have an entire like bouquet of tomatoes at work that I'm just snacking on and giving out and things like that. But when that's all said and done, I'm probably going to make some more tomato sauce and can it. I might even be doing this weekend. I'm very excited about it, so that I have that on hand. I might try, and I'm trying to think of a curry sauce that I can make that will be okay for canning, because lots of curries have fats and things in it, and I think I've found one that would work quite nicely. So I'm going to be experimenting with that this weekend, because we do like to have a curry about once a week, and it would be nice to have like a sort of jar that you just open up and boom, you have your curry sauce. I like that pink one. Okay, it's a bit dirty, but I love the pink ones. I think they're adorable. I love them. I love the blush pinks. They're actually just coming in. Check that out. Isn't that the prettiest tomato you've ever seen? It's a little love heart. I like these ones. These are like a blush pink as well. So weird. She just kissed a tomato. Who does that? Who kisses tomatoes? What a weirdo. Oh, my feet are killing me. I've just come out of work, that's why I'm harvesting in heels. Ooh. Right, let's go over here. I'm loving these tomatoes, right? I have a big jar of tomatoes on my desk, and when people come in I'm like, tomato, and they look at me like I'm really weird, which I am. But if you have any recipes for tomatoes or anything really that you see that I'm growing, I would really appreciate if you could give me the recipe or even a link to the recipe or anything like that, because I'm always looking for new ways to use my harvest. This, like I said, is probably going to be turned into curry sauce. I love a nice curry every week, but there is always so many different things that I need to store away for winter, and although we have 3 freezers, freezer space is at a premium, so I would like to store it in jars and things if I can, unless it's a very small quantity like I did with the pizza sauce, because to be honest we're not going to use a whole pint jar of that every time we open it. So I would be very excited to hear what you guys are doing with your harvests, and maybe I can try out some of your recipes. I do really like cooking, and I really adore trying things that are new, and I absolutely love our tomatoes. Thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.